looking like 11 world championships on the podium. 3 red flags, 2 starting procedures, ending almost behind a race car. Reliability issues, lots of mind games, lots of jab, lots of chess games inside the mind. As expected, Albert Park, Melbourne always produces yellow flags, sometimes red flags. 4 seasons in a day and a beautiful race. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as Formula One Column Africa. My name is Oshfeso Luadamilare. Now, the aftermath of the race, Red Bull still won the race. Now, this is the first time they're starting the year with 3 consecutive races. Max Verstappen in Circle Bahrain, Checo Perez, Saudi Arabia last time out, and now here, Max Verstappen winning his first Australian Grand Prix and also Red Bull's first in 12 years. Wow, I tell you, one more wow. The Mercedes started the race on a beautiful note. The 2 Mercedes overtaking the RB19 of Max Verstappen by the second turning. The Mercedes were ahead of him. He's always had a bad start in Australia. So the 2 Mercedes were ahead of him. And the first stint of the race, he was chasing them down. Then a red flag was pulled up due to Alex Albon's accident. He ran into the gravel and pinched his car. That was the first red flag. Before that red flag, George Russell went to the pit. Carlos Sainz went to the pits. They changed the tires. A lap later, there was a red flag. That put Lewis Hamilton in front, ahead of Max Verstappen. By lap 18, George Russell lost his engine, taking 1 Mercedes out of the race. It was a very beautiful race for Alpine, but ended on a sad note for them. But still a beautiful race, like I said. A lot of jabs. The Aston Martin and the Mercedes and the Ferrari were throwing jabs at themselves, trying to set paces, set time, knowing where they were, knowing how they can conserve tires, manage their pace. They just left the Red Bull of Max Verstappen right in front because immediately was able to overtake Lewis Hamilton after the first red flag. He was just flying. He was just out there setting times. And Hamilton just left him because he knew his car could not compete with him, so he just left him out there. Every other person just left him out there. Guys, stay where you are. You understand? And we will call the remaining teams. There are no more top teams because we can now see that RB19, the Red Bull, is the only top team this season. The remaining of the team, the remaining 8 are the midfield teams, including Mercedes, Ferrari, and Aston Martin. Then the lower bench team. Beautiful. Perez drove a beautiful race to win the driver of the day and also fastest lap, which is a point. And Nico Hülkenberg really drove his heart out. He was able to hold Perez, he was able to hold Norris for some time. He drove a hell out of himself. Not forgetting that Piastri, on his first home race, got his first point in F1. On his first home race, he got his first point in F1. Beautiful. And like I said, there were 2 red flags. There were 3 red flags. In short, there were 4 red flags. The 4th one was at the end of the race by Nico Hülkenberg. That stopped right at the end of the race. He was so lucky for that. So majorly, there are 4 red flags, 3 red flags in the race, 1 briefly after the race. And at the last lap, it was a rolling end race. Now, the Alpines took themselves out, not by their own fault, because on lap 57, the last tandem restart, there are lots of accidents that gave Carlos Sainz a 5-second penalty when he tagged his fellow Spaniard, Fernando Alonso. And Sargent too was taken out. Lando Norris drove a very beautiful race also. These are just the way the teams were able to perform. The McLarens were competitive today. The 2 teams that really surprised us through in Albert Park, Australia, were the Mercedes and the Alpine, but the Alpine took themselves out towards the end of the race. But the Mercedes really drove a heart out of the race today. Lewis Hamilton did his best to make sure he was not just a contender, but he was in a contention for a race win. And it was beautiful all through for them because it was respect to him. 3 world champions on the podium. And I believe Lewis Hamilton will now start having to believe more, and the Mercedes will start having to believe more in the package and in the growth of the team now, because if they can get a podium, even a second place with what they have, with a car that Lewis Hamilton does not believe in, with the car he struggles with, I think they have a positive from this race that should give them more improvement coming to Azerbaijan on the 30th of April this month. I know it's going to be a very beautiful race in Azerbaijan. I'm tipping the king of the street race come out flying in that race. That is Checo Perez. And also, I think Mercedes are showing signs, and the Aston Martins are really showing big signs, huge signs. In the Constructors' Championship, the Mercedes will still be running third. They'll be running third because there was no point today for the Ferrari. No point at all for the Ferraris. The Mercedes will be running third. The Aston Martins are running second. They had 2 points today. A lot of chaos in this race and a lot of beauty in this. We bring down the analysis right from tomorrow. We start seeing the analysis of how the team fared, how the racers, the drivers fared. Thank you. Cheers. If you're a builder, if you're an art collector, if you have a showroom, Pen Rated is the best place to get the artworks you need for your new buildings, for your art collections, for your showroom, for your exhibition. Pen Rated Art have one of the best murals, mosaic works, and different art patterns in Nigeria presently. And it's somebody that you can communicate with, talks to you, you tell him what you want, and he will bring the reality out for you. To contact Pen Rated Art, his number is right up here. And you can also go on social media links that are pasted right up here. So check out some of his works. Thank you. Teams Gadget. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your shop plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you. At Exxon F1, our main aim is to bring you the knowledge of Formula One, educate you, bring you the races, how it goes down, help you to understand it more. On our shorts, you'll be seeing some educational terminologies and words that are used during the race that you might not understand. And our long goal is to bring a Formula One race to Africa, possibly Nigeria, and also to educate people and to help in the knowledge transfer of getting Nigerian into some part of Formula One, the racing, which will take a long time because we need to have good karting category to challenge, to get drivers from the karting categories into the small formulas, the Renault formulas, Formula 4, other formulas, because before we can get a driver to Formula 1. That might take a long time, but that is our goal. Be the bridge to help people realize their dream in Formula 1. Some people may not even know that is where they are meant to be, but our own main aim is to help them to navigate and realize that goal, and also to help people to grow in the engineering, the other administrative aspect of the game. If possibly a billionaire in Nigeria will want to buy a team in Formula One or be one of the sponsors, so that they can see that we have the quality hand that will do it, which will also help in aiding how engineers develop as a nation. Because with young people, young graduates or young entrepreneur, young engineers learning the engineering of Formula One, the CFD, the fluid dynamic, and all the parts of Formula One, we'll find ourselves growing in car development, because the cars you see today, most of the technologies are well tested in Formula One before they become today's technology. And if you have people there, it will help our technical know-how to build good mechanics, good engineers, and it also promotes the revenue generation for a nation. It's part of our dream to bring karting, to bring this race to Nigeria and to Africa also, and to help a young African to realize his dream, not just in Formula One, but being an engineer and being part of this world. It will also create a lot of employment for a lot of people, and this will take a lot of people out of the street. That is our main aim. That is why we have this channel. If there's a way you can support, we'd love you to come on board, work with us, and we'd love to work with you. Thank you.